This presentation is made possible by these amazing individuals and organizations. Whether it was through Patreon, Super Chats, Super Stickers, or by watching, liking, and commenting, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Hello, everyone. Great to see you today. Welcome to the show. I am Retro Nerd Girl, and I'm broadcasting live from the International Science Fiction Space Station. And today we are going to be doing a wonderful little watch party for one of my favorite movies. Even though I haven't seen it in so many years, it's Dracula 1931. It's one of the OG classics. I can't believe that it's been so long since I've watched it, and I'm overdue, and I figured it'd be nice to do it with you guys because it's gonna kind of be as a surprise. Like, I don't remember every single thing that happens, but I do remember certain scenes that are my favorites. So this will be fun. Let's see. I'm gonna check to see what you guys are saying in the comments already. It's bustling in the comments. We've got Brogu first up with a brand new avatar. It says, "Hello, everyone, and a special hello to our Halloween hostess, Retro Nerd Girl RNG. Since this will be the last time I see you before Halloween, I wanted to wear my costume for you." Well, thank you very much. It is so cute. However, did you do that? That is adorable. It's some Photoshop skills or something really cute. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you for doing that for me. Oh my goodness. And William Blake Hall is here. How are you, William Blake Hall? Says, "Hi, Brogu and Retro. The great Hooper Hippo got me an Internet Archive video of this, which looks good, but the movie is supposed to be 75 minutes long, and my copy is only 71, so I may miss something." Oh, okay. Yes, yes. Oh, ah, ooh, ooh, ooh. Keith E., I wonder if you still had that link to that archive copy. It might be like something, um, something like maybe credits, end credits, or something. Or well, they weren't very. All the credits were in the front, so maybe there was something missing in the back. And but yes, if you still have that link, Keith E., or even William Blake Hall, if you have the link as well, if you could share that with the audience. Also, I want to know, can you guys hear me? Let's see if anyone has said yes. Keith E. has said that he can hear me. Okay, great. I forgot to check that first. But yes, thank you guys. So there is a link to an available copy to watch. My copy is from Amazon. I think you can also watch it um, on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll find many ways for you to watch this movie. It's such a wonderful classic, and hopefully, I hope you have a copy. Brogu says, Retro, I just wanted to say to you and everyone here, happy Halloween. Oh, well, happy Halloween to you as well. And you know how much I love those emojis. Um, Brogu also says, this morning I saw a Message from Space. Yes, you were right, RNG. It's an excellent movie. Thank you for letting us know about it. Oh, yeah, Message from Space is really amazing. It is basically, Seven Samurai or Magnificent Seven. It's all those movies, and it's great. It's sort of, the movie that we're about to get in, I believe, November by Zack Snyder, the Rebel Moon, is going to really be centered around this same theme. So I do love all of these movies that kind of have the same theme of seven warriors that get together and save a group of people. I think it's grand. It's a big story, and it's a lot of fun. That particular one, because it's international, it really is a wonderful low budget movie with a lot of ingenuity, and it's funny too. It's funny, very entertaining. Hungry Jerk is here. How are you, Tom? How are you doing? Just stopping by to say hi. Well, it's so good to see you, and thank you. I know that you're a busy man, so always wonderful to see you in the chat. And Hungry Jerk says, "Saw it on the big screen 7 or 8 years ago." Which movie was that? Was that um, Dracula, or was it Message from Space? Let us know. And Keith E. says, William, I think the difference is in the beginning. Amazon has quite a long commercial type intro. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I have the Amazon version. Okay, so sorry about that. I hope we all match up. And let's see. We're just gonna zoom down really quick. And let's see. Oh, okay. So, yes, Keith E is asking if William can post the link. Yeah, I'm on my other computer has the link. It doesn't. This one doesn't. So, I hope you will bear with me. Unless you're willing to wait a few minutes for me to do that, I can attempt to get the link for you guys. Adam is here. How are you, Adam? It's been a while. Let's see. I bid you welcome. Thanks to RNG for the spooky and fun Saturday watch party. Yes, I love spooky movies. Not quite the horror movies, but spooky movies. They're really fun. Um, And let's see. Let's see. Just gonna skip over a few messages. If you don't mind. Wait a minute. I thought I saw. Let's see. Am I getting? Oh yes, here we go. It's Unicorn Rampant Studio. Yay! Says good evening, everyone. I'm glad to see the hippos doing fine, and William Blake Hall is saying that the archived version also has constant violin music. I suspect the original is quieter. Oh, okay. Did not know that. Did not know that. Not that I mind. It reminds me a little bit of Zither in The Third Man. Okay. And Unicorn says, yes, been a super snuggle nap taking day with dogs in between walks every 4 or 5 hours. Oh, that sounds like fun. Oh man. Um, and Brogu says that here in Houston, it's 87, low humidity, feels great. Oh wow, that sounds wonderful. We got snow last night. Okay, there's snow on the ground right now, and it's 30 degrees. Like that is not cool. I want a late summer. We were doing so well for a while, but yeah, we got snow on the ground already. And Keithy says, I checked the weather in North Dakota. It's ugly with an uppercase U. Yes. And Jack is here. How are you, Jack? Says hello from Texas. Are you familiar with the Spanish version, Conde Dracula, starring Carlos Valerius? I actually just learned about that movie this year, and I'm like, I want to see it. It looks really interesting. I'm not really don't know Spanish very well, but I can follow a few words, and I have in the past watched entire novellas just because of the drama, and so I think I would love to see it. And Yeah, I would love to see it. And SG Experiment is here. Says, "Howdy, folks. What a classic this one is, isn't it? It's so good. It's so good." And Cool Gamer is here. Hello, Cool Gamer. How are you? And William Blake all says that the hailing frequencies are loud and clear. Hailing frequencies retro. The ISFSS is looking fine. Thank you very much. And Bogu also told me that he could hear me loud and clear. Thank you, Bogu. I desperately always need that confirmation so that way I can continue. And DJ Hellhammer is in the house. Happy Saturday, y'all. Hails retro and hails to the chat. Salute. Well, hails to you as well. And DJ Hellhammer also says different speeds. NTSC versus PAL. And let's see. And Jack says, watching this on VHS. Yes, on my 40-year-old Toshiba VCR. Got the Universal box set when Blockbuster was selling off their tapes. Wow, that is amazing. I really want an old VCR. And I would love a way to play it too. That's my goal one day. And William Blake Hall says the code that was sent is extremely long. I don't know how to copy it. Like I said, it's an internet archive. Okay, I'll find it for you guys then. I will find it for you guys. And Volcano is here. How are you? Says hello, guys. Painting tanks right now. Awesome. Are you weathering it yet? Are you at the base coat? Let me know. And Keith E says, I tried to copy it and doesn't work. If they Google free Dracula movie, it will come up also. Okay, so you can Google free Dracula movie and it may come up, but I will try to find the link for you guys before we get started. And Jack says, 88 Cypress, your cold front will be here for trick-or-treats. Oh wow, Cyprus. Oh wow. And Rose says, I hope they turn on the heating in your area. If not, I'm on my way. Yeah, they finally did. They finally did. Man, we it's a long story, but we had to really wait for it. It did not turn on the 15th like we were expecting, and so, yeah, that's a whole nother story. But we finally did get it, knock on wood, and Keith Google gets me, to a 114-minute mark. I think I'll go with that. Thanks. Okay, good, good, good. Let's see. Oh, Rafael Lopez is in the house. Says hello, Retro Nerd Girl. Hello, Rafael. So good to see you. And William Blake also says also Dracula begins with Swan Lake, just like the Mummy. They love that music. And Hungry Jerk says, but bought a bunch of unopened blank VHS tapes the other day. Still use VHS. Oh wow, that is really so cool. I don't even have anything to, like, how do you get your hands on a VHS tape player? And do you hook it up to like a TV, or can you hook it up to a laptop? I really am curious. And Volcano says no, just dry brushing the hull armor. Details come tomorrow. Okay. Got it, got it. And Keith E says, William, that makes sense. I thought it was commercial. Yeah. Let's see. I have some things here, but let me just find a link for some of us to see who can, if anybody can watch this thing and where it's playing, and so on and so forth. Okay, so Dracula, 1931. All right. Ma. I'm actually gonna try because every other place it looks like they're charging. So I don't know if there's a free one, but it's you can pretty much buy it anywhere it seems. Um, hmm, Looks like there's one on Vimeo. Let's see. And there's one on YouTube. Oh, but that one is you'll have to rent that one on YouTube. Um, I'm trying to find the other one for you, but it doesn't look like it wants to show it to me. So, um, okay, well, I've got the archive.org one, and I'll put that in. See if that works. If I'm not sure if it will. Let's see if that works for anybody. That's about the best I can do. Every other place you do have to rent, or I did have a copy of it back in the day, and like I said, I got rid of all my copies of everything because I thought we were going to go full digital into the future, and that would be great as long as they didn't do anything to mess with those digital products. And right now, we can't trust that they're not doing things with stopping people from watching the movies that they pay for. So I have to reinvest in physical media again. So that is the thing there. And X CG Experiment says, sorry, SG Experience says, um, it's on Bill, which I never heard of before now. Yeah, I don't know. You might want to, yeah, I don't want to give anybody like a weird link and then it like sabotages their technology. Um, and Jack says, if you must have, this must have been an easy shoot for Lugosi, having played the role on stage for years. Yeah, I think so, but I'm not sure if it was so easy because there is a difference playing it on stage. Frank Langella played it on stage too, before his role, which was really good as well. Uh, I think knowing the character as intimately as he did really helped. But can you believe they were thinking of getting other people for that role? Like you would think, like, oh, he's been doing it forever. He should be a shoo-in to do it. And yeah, and Brogu is saying, yes, you hook up a VHS to a TV. Yeah, I mean, I remember when we used to do that, but I don't know. It's been years since I've had an actual TV. And oh, Keith E says banner, banner, banner. Yes, thank you, Keith E. You're the best. Yes. Let's see. If I can get it to do it. Yes, we are watching Dracula 1931. Match your copy to the timer beside me to watch along with us. So, and the timer will be right over here. So, let me get things set up. And since we're at that part of the the live stream where we should get things started. Okay, so let me get my setup together. And there we go. We got that set up. Oh, look at that. Trying to figure out, should I be this way? Oh, I should move this way. And look what's been charging. Green light, ready to go. My timer. And before we actually hit play on this sucker, I am going to do a little, talk a little bit about the movie. So we've got Dracula, 1931. I think back then the rating for the movie was, and instead of having a regular rating like we know now, it was passed. So it passed the inspection and was suitable for consumption. And according to this, it's an hour and 15 minutes, and exactly, I believe that is 75 minutes. So let's see, I'm not sure how something must have been edited out of the version that has only 71 minutes. So we're not quite sure what that is yet, and we're hoping that it's nothing from the beginning of the film, at least. So playing Count Dracula, we have Bela Lugosi, and he's just wonderful in this. As we were talking about before, he did play this on stage earlier and had a very intimate knowledge of the character and familiarity with the character. And you can see that in the performance. We have Helen Chandler as Nina, which is just absolutely gorgeous. We have Frances Dade as Lucy, Edward Van Sloan as Van Helsing, David Manner as Jonathan Harker, and Dwight Fry as Renfield. So those are our actors that we'll be seeing. Oh, and I believe that the brides, Dracula's brides, are uncredited here. Yes, they are uncredited. Trying to get names from them. So if anyone can find the names of those beautiful brides of Dracula, let me know, because I don't see them even on IMDb. They should have made the adjustments, and they have not. Oh yeah. They only have one that is listed, which is Geraldine Dvorak, and she is labeled as Dracula's wife. Yeah, so those gorgeous, gorgeous ladies. Let me just check one other place that may have names for those ladies. Let me find it. Let's find it. Yeah, very unlucky here. Very unlucky in finding the names of the three. Oh, okay, here, I found them. It's Geraldine Dvorak, Dorothy Tree, and Cornelia Thor. So Cornelia Thaw. And those three ladies played the Dracula's wives, which was very stunning to see their performances when I saw it when I was a kid. It was wonderful. Let's see. Um, oh, and Jack, you're so sweet. It says hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button if you're liking things so far, or you support this kind of content on YouTube. That will be really awesome. Like, yes, we understand. We get it. And Hungry Jerk says, met Forrest J. Ackerman, who did Famous Monsters magazine, knew Lugosi. Okay. Forrest J. Ackerman. Okay. And William Blake also says Ackerman is everywhere. He's even in a movie like 1964's Time Travelers. Oh, wow. Which I'm probably gonna see soon. It's just gonna really be cool. And Hungry Jack says, when I met him at a convention in 1979, he wheeled around a grocery cart buying stuff. Oh wow, whew. Isn't that's a dream? And William Blake also says, if memory serves me, um, serves, David Manners um, also turns up in the money in the Mummy. Awesome. And r- reluctant Carl is here and says bonjour. Oh, bonjour to you as well. And William Blake Hall says buonasera. You guys are speaking international languages. I love it. All right, now let's get things going for sure. Sure, I got my lights on. Um, All right, so I have everything keyed up. So as we talked about this before, you have your copy, I have my copy, and we watch our copies together. I am going to use this timer that you can follow, and we can be on the same page as one another. And let me just double check to see that this timer has the right settings. Yes, and I will count from 5 down to 1. And right after the number 1, I would, where I probably would have said 0, just hit the start button. So, yeah, hit it right after I say 1. And, let's do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think I've got it. Oh, I've got, FBI warning, ahead of mine, so I don't know if you guys have. Oh, maybe the archive version doesn't have the updated universal logo thing. Maybe like missing something. Swan Lake. I think the reason why they probably picked this is because it's romantic and somber. That just the right notes of being sad and romantic at the same time, and grand. Directed by Todd Browning. Oh yeah, this is when they had all the credits at in the front, which is still kind of something to get used to. Ooh, do you see the matte paintings in the back? Oh my goodness. That is that is grand. Nosferatu. The acting's a little over the top, but it's still, like, to get that point across, you know? That's real right there, all of that. Wow. He doesn't know. That would stop me from going up there, that's for sure. See what you guys are saying. "Oh, Stunt Rat is here. Hello, Stunt Rat. How are you?" Oh. They're doing everything they can to help that guy. He's not listening. They're, like, already that is pretty impressive. It looks like a matte painting, but that's gotta be real. There's, like, some they're into s because it's black and white, you can't really tell the difference. Uh-oh. Ooh, I like the way the camera's moving in here. That's oh, that's a possum, is it? Mm, look at that gorgeous woman. Oh, I always love the brides of Dracula. I always think that they're so cool. Yeah, he's gonna hustle out of there. The Count does his own coaching. Let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, Gary Carpenter is here. Hello, Gary. Let's see. Keith says, "What was the budget for the film? $5,000." That's gotta be really inexpensive, but they're still using like real locations. This is really kind of incredible. William Blake Collins says, "If Retro sees not only Nosferatu but Shadow of the Vampire, she may enjoy Shadow." Where a real vampire says that what was the saddest about the story was an aristocrat with no servants doing everything. Oh, and yeah. And Stumprat says, "Wizard of Oz is my all-time favorite film. Got me into the biz." Oh, yes, Wizard of Oz is just an amazing classic. I love it. That's definitely going to be on our in one of our watch parties. It has to be. Uh, I hope you guys can bear with my singing. Look at that room. My goodness. Oh, and those are the brides that have turned into, um, we've got armadillos and possums running around, spiders. Look at that huge spider web back there. Oh my goodness. That is an epic spider web. What kind of spider laid that one? Oof, this is a beautiful location. He's so great. Oh, man. Oh, I love him so much. He just walked through the cobwebs without even oh, yucky. He's doing his own butlering. I don't know if I could hang it. Look at his eyes. He's so, like, mesmerizing. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, I do love this movie so much. He's like, "Wow, wish I could be having that finger for lunch." He's like, "What is going on here? This is just so weird." I would've I wouldn't even made it up to the hill, that's for sure. They're so quiet too. What a nice little terrace. Oh, the wine, that's right, I forgot about the wine. What a beautiful moment. Oh, that was Dracula as the bat. Uh-oh. Going in for a bite. Lunch, everybody. Aboard the vessel bound for England. Oh, right. Oh, Stephen Alexander's here. Hello. How are you doing? Says hi from Kilbourne, Illinois. Nice to meet ya. Oh, and Danny Staten is here. It says, I'm like Dracula. I never drink wine. LOL. I prefer vodka. Oh, yeah. This is the Demeter, huh? He says nothing. Love it. Phil is starting to lose it. That was all you needed to do to get put away, it looks like. Just look crazy. Let's see. Oh, William Blake Hall says, and Dwight Fry begins his distinctive career. Before there was Jim Carrey, there was Dwight Fry. Ooh. And Brogus has some trivia. Says a Spanish language version Dracula 1931 was filmed at night on the same set and looked the same time with Spanish speaking actors. Yeah, I just learned about it this week. It's really cool. His eyes. He certainly looks impressive. Uh-oh. All the main players are here now. I love this part, that the introduction. It's good. It's like all the way there. Look at the way the light is playing on it. So nice. It's like, dinner. Oh, man. Well, I always love that look at the end there. I always thought that Lucy was more suited for Dracula. There's something there. Uh, let's see. Brogu says, trivia in the scene where Dracula and Renfield are traveling to London by boat, the footage shown is borrowed from a Universal silent film called Stormbreaker 1925. Ooh, nice. And William Blake Hall says, I figure that this has got to be Morticia Adams' favorite movie. Gomez, Gomez might feel a bit jealous. Yes, it does have a macabre to it. I never really worked in those gothic flavorings, I would say. Very nice job. Like, even though the the bat is probably on strings, it looks good. The effect of what they're trying to do is there. And I always love how expressive his hands are. It's almost like a bat's hands. And they didn't show you anything. Like today, you'd probably see blood and all kinds of no, just the idea of it kind of freaks you out. Seaward Sanitarium. Oh, this is probably where Renfield is, right? It's so sad that he got typecast in roles like this for the rest of his career, though. Figured it out. Look at how the light is on the doctor, Van Helsing, instead of everyone else, and he's wearing white and he's glowing. Love the visual storytelling here. Mhm. Ooh, I don't think they've told him that he yeah, the children of the night. What sweet music they play. Let's see. Some rat says, she says, I was good friends with Jackson Bostwick, who was in Shazam in the late 70s. He got typecast. Great guy. Oh, no. Yeah. It can happen, like, when you play a fun character, people wanna see you play that character only. And it's like he's totally snitching on them. Renfield. You gave away everything, Renfield. Wolfman. He's in trouble because he gave away he snitched. Yeah, you're in trouble, Renfield, mentioning Nina. I love it. Uh-oh. He's after Mina now. Yeah, he's like, "We're gonna just think about something cheerful." Speak of the devil. Uh-oh. Who's that vow? Yeah. Jonathan Harker's like, "Stories?" Ooh. Busted. I like the way Van Helsing doesn't give it away. Ooh. I just love that part. I love that part. You just said they can transform into those. Yep, that's kind of the reason why I think they're really cool. Oh, 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 there he is. I didn't go too far. Uh-oh. That's the only thing I don't like about Renfield is that he gives away all of Dracula's secrets. Ugh. I think the only reason why this breaks or he's giving away all the secrets is because he likes Mina so much. You're in trouble. You told him everything. He tried to say he didn't know it. Yes. He's just, like, looming around every corner. They're like, "Oh, yeah, he's gone. Oh, no, he's still there. He's still there." I love that's one thing I love about it. Oh, yeah, this is the spooky part. Oh, it's freaky. Oof. Jonathan is on the warpath. I love this version of Jonathan Harker. Well, and they don't show you any of this. There's a lot of people just telling you things, but your mind, your imagination is like, "Ooh, let's see what you guys are saying." Rugu has more trivia, says, throughout the movie, there's no scene where Dracula ever blinks. There was, this was done to maintain Bela Lugosi's famous stare. Yeah, it works wonderfully. And they don't show vampire teeth or anything like that. She's trying to tell him what's going on and be honest. Yeah. Oh, I forgot how did he take control over her and she removes it? I forgot how it worked. Because Wolfman is supposed to stop all this. Let's see what else you guys know. And, Gary Carpenter says, J Christopher Lee showed his teeth off in his movies. Yes, he did. Oh, he certainly did. Yeah, work with them, Jonathan. Uh-oh. Right, he can't. He's totally Wow. Uh-oh. Nice. He's resisting. It's a power struggle. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the crust. Uh-oh. I always love this part. Uh, uh-oh, there it is. I love it. Uh-oh, she's gonna snitch on her. Uh-oh. He's talking to her. She is gaslighting him so much. I didn't say that. She's gonna take a bite. They're so cute. Wow. Uh-oh, the last bite. Ooh, I have to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Uh, Brogu says, "I love the night. Calgon, take me away." Oh gosh, remember Calgon? I love the fact that he can hypnotize people, but some people are just not hypnotizable. Like, oh boy. And now he has 3 brides again. He's got, um, Nina, Lucy, and that first flower girl. Yeah, that's how he Just in the nick of time. I love the location that they picked. It's so gothic and that's cobwebs everywhere. It's just desolate and scary. Really perfect. There's Dracula. Uh-oh. Love the drama. Oh, no. Ooh, that's it. Very unsim not the big Hollywood ending like we are used to, like, with Dracula and, you know, him using all of his powers and the big battle scene. No, it's a very somber ending. Just happens and, they, the couple walks into the sunlight. Pretty interesting. The spell is of of Dracula is over. Oh. Yeah, now I think after movies like Fright Night, where you had this huge showdown with, the bad guys and the good guys. It's just like, you know, um, really cool. Let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, I didn't know that DOA was here. Hello, DOA. How are you? Let me just remove this banner. Thank you guys. This was a great one. I love Dracula, and it's been a long time. I forgot some of the scenes, the order in which they were in, and things like that. Um, so it was kind of nice to revisit this classic. It's just wonderful. Let's see if I got it. Dia says, "Listen to them, the children of the night. What music they make!" Yes, and William Blake Hall says, "Dwight Frye really is a huge part of this." Yes, he's the a star of one of the stars, I think, of all of this. That makes it worthwhile. And Burger says, "Bless you, retro." Thank you. And William Blake Hall says, all this running around in the dark, vaulting hallways really is reminding me of The Third Man. Ooh, okay. So I've never heard of The Third Man. I'm going to write that down as a movie I should watch. The Third. I think daily I find out at least 10 or 12 movies that I have not ever heard of it before. The Third Man. And yeah, and Carpenter says, Will, I'm going to have to show you how to spell. Yeah, well, typos are just a common thing with the chat, because I know sometimes when I'm typing, I forget a word, and then you press enter, and you're like, oh no, wait a minute. I didn't mean to not spell out that word properly or use the wrong term. And Gary Carpenter says, remember I before E except for C. Yeah, that's true. And we call, I'm tapping away rapidly in Twilight. This is not very representative of what I can do. Yes, it's totally not. Trust me. William Blake Hall has sent me incredible emails, not one typo. So I can vouch for him. uh, and Keith E says, I like my steaks rare. um, and Gary Cooper says, that's bad for you. I'd rather have mine well done. Well, Dracula in the Dracula probably one is very rare. And Blake calls us, yes, Dracula likes his non-existent. And William Blake Hall says, awfully mild movie, really. In my opinion, it is the beginning of a lot of other movies. Everybody pretty much copies the same movie um, um, event, but I think what it really did was it had a sense of romance to it, and there was a sense of fear in it. It was uh, the second vampire, Dracula story. We all know that Nosferatu was the first, but there was just something about the performance and just something about everything, that the lighting and just the beauty of the movie. Um, and William Blake says, I think you'll dig Nosferatu. I absolutely do cherish that movie quite a bit. Beautiful work that was done in there. And it is on my list of movies to do a deep dive on. And yeah, I am planning on reviewing that movie. Keith E says, I moved to Tennessee from New Jersey. I brought dirt with me, but they declared it toxic. Is that true? Oh, wow. Brogan says, what did you think of the movie Retro? Of course, it's one of my favorites. It's a classic and it's wonderful. If I could remake this movie today, or if I could say there was something I really would have loved to have seen in the movie, I would have loved to see the recreation of the three brides in um, in Carfax Abbey, just to see the three ladies getting together on his new plot of land, and showing that he was kind of building a dynasty over there where he would rule. Now, I thought that Nosferatu did something incredible by showing the fear of him as a creature and how voracious of an appetite he had. So that's the one thing I think I prefer about Nosferatu is I mean, they had scene after scene of families just like carrying dead bodies away in caskets, and it was like, wow, this is real devastation. He's really causing some like a real problem, uh, and yeah, that I think Dracula didn't have enough time to bake in that respect like Nosferatu did. Um, but yeah, I did love the movie. Some of the visuals are just so striking and incredible. All the work that they did with the spider webs and stuff made it look very realistic. I adore it so very much. Adore it so much. Me and Dracula movies. I love Dracula movies. Gary Carpenter says the Christopher Lee movies are good, but I don't like looking at the blood he leaves behind. Yeah, I think one thing about those movies is that the color of the blood was really they used a really bright yellow. I'm sorry, bright red. That was unrealistic, and sometimes the makeup was pretty terrible. But I have to say, I did enjoy Christopher Lee doing his thing. He played scary. He played romantic, not too romantic, but more. I think he played more scary because when he came about um, came into the picture, there was something very rough about him. Even his handling of many of the brides or women that he bites, he was very very rough with them. It's like so I did kind of enjoy the fact that he was playing a more animalistic type of brute Dracula and not one that was more romantic like what we got from Frank Langella in the 70s. That was just pure, uh, it just, I love the way that was done. It was pure genius, I think. Bogus says, what do you think about doing some Hammer movies? Yeah, of course, yes, of course. I'll do some Hammer movies. And I don't own a whole bunch of them. So that's the next step is trying to get my hands on some of the Hammer films and possibly watching them. He says I have now seen more Dracula than I've seen in of Star Wars. Oh, really? No, I really, yeah. There's probably there's a lot of Dracula adaptations, and so the more the better. I do love them all, and I'm every so years it would do a Dracula recreation, and I haven't seen one in a very long time, so I am looking forward to that. I know they've been doing a lot of stuff on streaming, but I'm really interested in something in on the big screen. Um, Definitely enjoyed Bram Stoker's Dracula. Loved uh, one. What's the other one that I liked? Dracula 2000. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. Loved it. Yeah. And Gary says now Orangey has to do the Wolfman. Ooh, ow! The Wolfman. Yes, yes, yes. Um, and I don't know if you guys remember a movie called Wolf in the 90s. I think it was 1994, 1993 or 94. That was with Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer. That's another like guilty pleasure of mine. Werewolf stories are so much fun. Um, yeah. Another guilty pleasure of mine with the to do with wolves is a movie called Bad Moon. Bad Moon. Love that movie. It's so bad, but it's so bad it's good. And of course, Silver Bullet is wonderful. One of my favorites. And Jack says, "Great watch, RNG. Being a pre-Hays Code, this was actually pretty tame. We don't even see Dracula get staked, and there isn't any blood at all. Yes, no blood at all. We don't see him get staked. We don't have the big showdown of Dracula trying to kill Jonathan Harker, or no big fight scenes between anybody. Everything is done in like shadows, explained, or described by characters, and we assume a lot of stuff. So, and I suppose this is how they had to do it in the stage play as well. Well, because you couldn't, there was no way to do all that special effects at that time. So it had to be told as sort of uh, um, it did had to be told without all of the shenanigans that's probably in a lot of movies today, like blood splurting, and the covers falling off the window and the lights coming in, and it's like a fire blazing on him, and then all of a sudden he blows up and he's deteriorating. It's like you know. None of that. No, 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 no. Very, very tame. You just hear him go, ooh, that's it. And Brogu said, "You're so beautiful, Raptor." Just saying, "Oh, well, thank you. You are so sweet." You are so sweet. Thank you. And Jack Comforter says, "Jack, that's why I like these kinds of movies." Yeah, yeah, I do like them. I like the big, the schlocky stuff. I like the big, bombastic movies as well. And I love this as well, this telling as well. It has its place. And Moonbeam is here. Hi, Moonbeam. Poltergeist tomorrow is Poltergeist 2 and 3. Is I'm not sure what that means. You'll have to tell me what that means. And William Blake Hall says, "I can see Jim Carrey as Dwight Fry stand in." Oh yeah, he would have made a really good Dwight, Renfield there, and he can do drama. He already did a vampire movie. Oh yes, Once Bitten, which is I love that movie so much. It's really a lot of fun. Um, and Gary Carboner says, I actually did a review for Once Bitten too. And Gary Carpenter says, I don't really like silent movies. Oh, yeah, you don't? Wow. I adore them absolutely. I haven't even gotten to my silent movie phase yet with you guys, because there's a whole bunch. There's Metropolis, there's Nosferatu. I really want to do Woman on the Moon with you guys. It's so good. Woman on the Moon, really great. And there's one other one I'm thinking. Um, hmm, I think those are the three that are really on my mind to do. Um, and William Blake Hall says, "How about subtitles?" Yeah, subtitles are really cool. I don't mind them at all. And Jack says, after Ed Wood came out, the story of Bela Lugosi's life was more open to the public. Dracula was a contract film, and he didn't make that much money. Yeah, I heard. Could he be the first typecast actor? Yeah, he's one of them. I think they all. I think in the beginning, a lot of actors were just typecast just to make it easier for audiences to kind of know what they were getting there. I think there's more nuance now because there's more ways to make content or product, or I know a lot of people don't like those words, content, product. But that's what it is. A movie, a TV show, a short. Those things are like little bite-sized entertainment uh, content pieces. So whatever which way they want to do that, it's much easier now to do that kind of thing because there's many more studios to work with. People are doing things independently now, which is really, I think, the very smart way to go. A lot of people are just doing their projects and posting it on YouTube. This is, I think, a wonderful age of being able to expand, and actors and directors, creative film creators, um, like abilities, and to show us more of what people can do. Jack says, oh yeah, yeah. And so, yeah, so he was, he was definitely typecast. Unfortunately, he couldn't really get to do anything else but play like Dracula or horror movie type characters, which is sad because you know, I think everybody wants to they want like to expand themselves. Like maybe when you're just starting out in your career, you want to do all these funny um stories, you want to do like comedy, but then as you get older, you're like, hey, I want to try this for a serious role, a more dramatic role, or I want to play the professor, or I want to play, someone else instead of the same old. And yeah, it's sad. Gary Carpenter says RNG over in England, they do have a vampire club and they dress up like the characters from the movies. Oh yeah, and in Europe, yeah, there's tons of little vampire groups and stuff. And I spent 1 year that I was like I spent an entire year dressed up as a vampire. I was a vampire for a year, and it was fun. I miss those days. Um, yeah, there for some reason every single day I wanted to be a vampire, and I did. It was great. You gotta try something silly like that, but it's not. I don't think it's silly, but you gotta try things, to see what works with you. So that's 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 what I. DOA says Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter is the best Hammer film. You know what? It's been. I don't think I've actually fully seen that movie, and I think I own it too. So, I'm gonna write that down and see if I need to watch that. And Chronos Hunter. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna write that down because I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think I do own that film, and I need to actually watch it if I haven't watched it already. William Blake Hall says, hard to say he kept the association alive or undead by himself after all. Um, and, oh, Dracula, yes, Bela Lugosi, because he was even buried in just like Dracula. Let's see. And oh, Gary Carpenter says I really did enjoy that movie. Speaking of Kronos, cool. And Gary Carpenter says RNG Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein is my favorite movie. You should do a video on it. I don't think I've seen it or I haven't seen it in a while. I usually do. Um, I usually do. Trying to think. I usually do science fiction. There we go. Gosh, words today. I usually do science fiction, so I'm usually trying to find all the science fiction things. So comedy isn't something I would really find, but you know what? I'm gonna write that down because it's actually come up on my feed a few times, and I think I saw this ages ago. I'm not sure. Um, like I think I saw this when I was a kid. So I'll check it out again. Thank you, Gary. You're awesome. And Jack says Lugosi set the tone and he was the first. But for me, Christopher Lee is the best, perhaps because he made so many that wound up on late night TV when I was growing up. I hear ya. He was wonderful. He's wonderful in everything he did. Honestly, there isn't much. I don't think I've ever watched something of his where I was like, that's he's not that good. No, he's always amazing, and put so much energy into his performances, and the team up between him and Peter Cushing was just genius. And, they did a wonderful job pairing those two up together. And Peter Cushing just sold it for me. Like he just he just sold. And after watching the new series of Loki, I think Tom Hiddleston would make a great Van Helsing. I would think he would make it because he reminds me a little bit of Peter Cushing. I hope that happens. I cross my fingers and pray that that might happen one day. We get a nice Dracula versus Van Helsing series of movies. That would be nice, just like they did in the Hammer days. And Gary Carpenter says Moon of the Wolf, Barbara Rush, and Charles Bronson. Moon of the Wolf. Oh, I never heard of that. Never heard of the Moon of the Wolf. Yep, never heard of that. So I'll have to see if I can watch it one day. Wayne Blake calls says, Jack, did you ever watch Jack Palance? Yes, I think it was made for TV Dracula. Yes, of course. Jack Palance. Yeah, he played a very good Dracula. And he's just a great actor in general. Gary Carpenter. Will Louis Lord Jordan. Um, Louis Jordan did a version of Dracula. Yes, he did. I think was a BBC version that he did. Loved. He did okay. He's not my favorite Dracula, but I think he did well. Um, I think my favorite Dracula is definitely. Mm, oh, it's a hard one. Actually, it's a tough one. I don't have a favorite because I do love them all. Sorry, I can't choose. One day I'll maybe put a top 10 together, but man, sorry, it's hard to choose which one. I was gonna say Bram Stoker's Dracula was really superb, but there are quite a few others that I'm like, wow, that was a good one too. William Blake Call says Louis got around not recalling that one offhand. Yeah, he did do one. Like I said, it wasn't my total favorite, but I thought it was okay. And Luna says I worked the night shift for many years. I'm trying to get away from resembling a vampire. Oh yes, the night shift. Yeah, I've done that quite a few times in my life. I'm known to be a night owl. And Jack says, watch the Dracula TV movie with Jack Palance. Okay, but never saw it again. Yeah, it I think Jack Palance is probably the highlight of that particular project, and so everything else wasn't that great. And the same thing with the Louis version. It was there were maybe one or two people that stood out, but it wasn't. You know, I think what really has to get you is the Van Helsing character, the opposition to Dracula. Okay, so you had Frank Langella and against uh, uh, one of my favorites. I'm forgetting his name. Um, um, you guys are probably saying it right now. And let's see. Uh, yeah. Well, yeah. William Blake Hall is saying, I remember Frank Langella. Yes. And who played is Olivier? Laurence Olivier playing Van Helsing was incredible. He was quite aged, very old at that point, and also suffering with a lot of issues that were going on in his life. But the opposition between the two was fantastic. Um, Another thing, Lucy, that the images of Lucy in that movie was like blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, I was freaking out. So yeah, that I loved that one. And let's see, definitely Van Helsing in this movie was fantastic. Um, in Bram Stoker's Dracula, we had what did we have? I've got um he had a great actor doing that one too. So Van Helsing is the cornerstone of Dracula. Like you've got to have a great Dracula, you've got to have a great Van Helsing, and that's I think that's how it really stands out. I think Gary Carpenter says Well, then you must be a zombie or a werewolf. And William Blake Hall says, I felt like a zombie, but the original Haitian zombie, none of this misnamed ghoul business. I also identify intensely with werewolves. Me too. Both werewolves and vampires. I like to think of it more of a superpower. Yeah, I love werewolves are just awesome. Um, that's why I really do like the underworld movies. Gary Carpenter says Christopher Reeve branched out from being Superman. Yep, he did. He did, and he did it almost immediately. He didn't waste any time. He went right into the, where he was gonna thrive, which was a lot of that romance movie that he did with Jane Seymour. I was like, ah. You know what to do. William Blake Hall says there was somewhere in time, there was that. Yes, absolutely. And then I think he played a detective. Oh, no, no, not a detective, news reporter in a movie that he pretty much uh, went after and kind of produced and with Canon Films. And then he did some other projects. I know he did Village of the Damned too, and that was really good. Um, a remake. He did the remake. Gary Carpenter says that he also did Mousetrap. And Jack says, close your eyes and imagine Bela Lugosi playing Sauron in Lord of the Rings or as Count Dooku in Star Wars. I think he could pull it off. Oh, of course, yeah. Young enough. I think if he was, young enough or able enough, I think he would be able to do it. And William Blake Hall says, Death Trap, yep. And Brogus says, Christopher Lee as Dracula is one of the best in my viewpoint. Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee in Hammer movies, absolutely wonderful. There's nothing better in my viewpoint. Yeah, they really, really did some wonderful work. There are just some scenes that you're just like, this is great. Yeah. And William Blake calls this Frank Langella. Always have to remember Frank Langella. Yes, that scene where he's walking in the wind through the window, and the wind is like blowing in his hair, and the shirt he has is slightly open, and I was like, wow, dang. And Gary's like, yes, thank you. And Gary Carpenter, Blackula and Scream, yes, the Blackula. Another one. These are two movies I think I did do reviews for. Um, uh, Dracula 1978 and also Blackula. I did that one as well. Blackula is it's also a romance story. It's a deep I mean the work that was done to create a storyline for Blackula was definitely um incredible. It did not have to do that, but that makes the story even richer, makes it more when you see all the schlocky stuff that's going on because it's the 70s, it's okay. It still holds up. The story holds up. The story is basically what's propping this sucker up, And yeah, just wonderful. And Jack says Langella was reprising the Dracula play on Broadway when his film was greenlight. Yep, he did do play Dracula on stage, and Raul Julia, yeah, replaced him after he was went to do this film. And Progo says, good night, sleep tight, and don't let Christopher Lee bite. Oh, yes. Stay frosty, and always remember Retro Nerd Girl is the way. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'll save that for the outro. And oh, the Outcast Creative is here, says, yay, Retro. Yeah, and hopefully, yes, the Outcast Creative is going to be with us next week, next Friday, for the continuation of our Feel Good movie talk, which I thought was so good this week. And we had a lot more that we wanted to talk about. So everybody who's going to join us on Friday next week, do put together your list of feel good movies, and we'll all compare notes. And we do know that when it comes to feel good movies, it's based on each one of us have our own the ideas of what that is, and astounds me to look at the list and just be like, that's pretty cool. Um, and yeah, we're wrapping up. And the Outcast Creative says, just back from dinner with friends. It's dark and rainy here. Very Dracula like in London today. Ooh, yeah, watch out. I hope you have some garlic hanging around. And Keith E says, just listening. This is great stuff. Oh, awesome. And Gary Carpenter says Sir Lawrence Olivier was great as Zeus in Clash of the Titans. Absolutely, he's one of my favorite actors. To be honest with you, he did a rendition of he did Hamlet, which was like one of mind blowing for me when I saw that as a kid. But he did Richard the Third, and I think I have a copy of Richard the Third, and he's spectacular in that movie. Spectacular, just incredible. So yeah, big fan of Sir Laurence Olivier, and I might go down the rabbit hole of watching all of his movies one day. And Jack says, anyone notice the ship in the movie named Vesta in the novel? In the novel, it's Demeter. Yeah, that's what I called it. I called it Demeter, but I was wrong. The first is the Roman, and the second, the Greek name of the earth goddess. Dracula has to sleep in the earth. Interesting. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jack, for that. That deep dive there. That's a deep cut right there. And Keith E says, "Hit the like button, please." Oh yes, thank you. I'm gonna actually add that to the outro as well. And William Blake Hall says Oliver goes after a kind. Oh, sorry, Olivier goes after a kind of human vampire Nazi doctor Joseph Mengele in The Boys from Brazil, one of the best movies about cloning to this day. Yes, that's another movie I saw when I was a kid, and it freaked me out so much. But it is definitely a very, very good movie. I know some people think it's horrible, but you know how I feel about cloning movies or ideas of cloning, and I do have a story I'm developing right now about clones and stuff. So that was very interesting to me. Um, Gary Carpenter says that Christopher Reeve did a remake of Rear Window. Yes, I believe he did. Yeah, and William Blake also says, Gary, I saw that. I found it odd but interesting. Yes, an interesting story. The ending was just freaked me out, actually. Freaked me. And I think I've been like permanently scarred by the ending. And Jack says, Raul Julia played Dracula. I always learn something here. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, yeah. He was that he had like feathered hair and everything. Look it up. Look it up. It's really pretty impressive. I was like, ooh. Raul. And Moonbeam 87 says 1992 was a good Dracula remake. Yes, it was really in depth and even had a backstory for him. And I wouldn't even mind sort of a backstory for Dracula during the period just before Renfield comes on, not Jonathan Harker comes, right? Because first Renfield shows up and he does something with Renfield, and then he does manage to get Jonathan Harker to come on board. So I would love to know the process of like finding the location he finds, why he's doing that, and also like what is his plan, and also like getting to this this spot of like, okay, now we've got Renfield. What are we doing with him? What was so different about biting Renfield versus like everybody else he bites? Because like I thought it was interesting in this movie in particular, and a couple other movies, there are different ways that Dracula bites people and different outcomes. And so in this one, he bites Renfield, he becomes sort of a ghoulish, character. And then he bites Lucy, and instantly she's turned into a vampire. Then he bites Mina, but it takes 3 bites to get to to have her turn into a vampire. So it's kind of like a weird thing, like, what what does his like, how does he know what bites he's going to take and what they're gonna do? So, what are the intentions? So, Gary Carpenter says, "Well, I've found on YouTube. I've got to get it in my library so I can watch it later." And I guess that's Boys from Brazil. Yes. And Moonbeam says, we're about to have dinner. Oh, wow. Well, yes. You have dinner. What are you having for dinner? Gary Carpenter says Raul Julia was in Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yes, what a performance. He was wonderful. Let me turn this off. Sorry, I had this going still. Um, I'm just going to turn it off so I could save some power. Moonboom says Judy Boker was in Brother, Sun, Sister Moon before she was in Clash of Titans. Dracula Earth had to sleep in Dracula Earth had to sleep in Earth of his homeland. I'm not sure what you're saying, but if you're saying that Dracula has to sleep in the earth of his homeland, yes, I think that's that's the lore of Dracula. Dracula must not rest his head in any other place. He has to sleep in dirt. And I'm not sure who Judy Burke, Bur Bolker is. Jack says Olivia was awesome as Richard III, wasn't he? He was wonderful. Maybe the greatest villain of all time. I think he even says it in the play. Yeah, wonderful. I My mom and I, we used to sit down and watch that movie, and it was just like, wow. um, yeah, and Moonbeam, Gary Carpenter said, "I've not heard of that movie before," and then I think that's brother, sister, brother, sun, sister, moon. Um, and and Focus says they should clone you, Raja. And Thomas McCluskey, and this is Hungry Jerk says, I was a Buffy the Vampire Slayer kind of guy. Oh, cool. I didn't get into it when I was a kid, but or I was older by that time, and but I did sit down and binge watched all the show, including Angel, and yeah, it was very interesting. Winter Soldier says, "Hello, Winter Soldier." Says it is like getting to the center of a Tootsie Roll. And William Blake Hall says the Bram Stoker novel drives me nuts. Dracula is one thing one time and then something entirely different. He can do this and now he can do that. I find it all hard to keep track of. Yeah, he can do so much. He can turn into mist. He can turn into a vampire. I mean, he can turn into a bat. He can turn into a werewolf or a dog. Um, and yeah, I think maybe that's what I like about it. So I always want him to get away, but he never gets away in a lot of these movies. And Gary Carpenter says they should have brought together Angel, Buffy, and Charm together. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a good, interesting match. And Keith says, Gary, then they could have them all meet Dracula. Yeah, well, I think Dracula did show up on the Buffy series. And Keithy, but yes, Gary Carpenter just beat me to the bunch. And Jack says, nobody see Last Voyage of the Demeter. And earlier this year, it was Renfield, a movie based on just a chapter and another on a supporting character. Dracula will be with us forever. Yes. So yeah, they haven't actually made that Dracula movie I've been wanting, but at least they've made those other derivative movies, which I think is cool. I haven't seen either one. They did not make me feel like, oh, this is what I want. I suppose I do want the romance of Dracula. And Moonbeam 87 says Renfield was that Blade calls for a familiar. He's sort of a vampire, but he eats bugs. Yeah, that's where I was going with the Earth. Judy Bulker plays Andromeda in Clash of the Titans. Okay. Um, Gary says, I don't think I ever saw any Buffy. Keith E says, I don't think I ever saw any Buffy. And Gary Carpenter says, Attack of the Vampire, the Super Friends episode was great. Oh, what? Super Friends? I didn't know that happened. And Moonbeam says, having stir fry. Yes, Dracula did have an episode in Buffy. Ciao for now. And he says, until the next video. Oh, yes. And I'm almost done. William Play Call says, my Dracula meets Sherlock idea begins with the end of the novel. By the novel's own internal logic, I argue they failed. So Dracula resurrects and goes back to London with a new plan. Oh, that sounds interesting. Yeah. 'Cause okay, so we're getting into this. At the end of the 1978 version with Langella, um, Dracula like soars off into the distance on sort of like this flying thing, and Lucy kind of looks into the camera and smiles, and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna come back, isn't he? And they're gonna unite again. She's gonna pretend like she's normal, but really they're gonna meet up again." So I don't know. It's just one of those things where I've just hoped that they would reunite again. Gary Carpenter says to Keith E, you missed it. It was good. YouTube should have the series, or Tubi might have it. And um, let's see. And Keith E says, Carrie, I'll keep an eye. Gary, I'll keep an eye out for it. As Retro says, I'll put it on my list. Yes, the epic list of everything. Okay, so I finished watching, reading everyone's comments. I am going to just go through really quickly about what is coming up next on the channel. So let me see if I can get that all sorted. Let's see what's coming up next. Bear with me for a second. All right, so Patreon members, definitely look out for something in your mailbox for tomorrow. That should be really cool. I put together something really nice for you guys. Let's see, Monday, members of the channel, I put something really cool for you guys too. So we're doing it all. We're getting a lot of stuff done. I am super, super happy about that. On Wednesday, we have Loki Season 2, Episode 4, box office news, and entertainment news in the morning. And of course, this is my morning modern takes on society news, entertainment news, all that. So I can't wait to share my thoughts on Loki Season 2. I've been enjoying it so far, so all smiles from me. On Friday, I think we talked about this already very briefly, best feel-good movies that you can remember. And again, this is going to be with Lance the Outcast Creative, and this is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for that show, to be quite honest with you. Then next Saturday, at the same time as usual, I am going to be doing a watch party, and it's going to be for Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes, Halloween will be officially over, and we'll be starting the gradual descent into possibly a fantastic Christmas holiday, and so we're gonna get. I know some people want to celebrate Thanksgiving, but this is kind of the movie that celebrates Halloween and Christmas together, which I just it's like, wow, you put two of my favorite holidays together, and that's great. And we will do something exciting for Thanksgiving if I can help it. I do believe that it will be a filming day for me, a live stream day for me um, on Thanksgiving. So we're gonna play like I'm gonna probably do a watch party for one of the most famous movies with one of the greatest references to Thanksgiving, which is let's see, that is going to be A Miracle on 34th Street, and that's going to be a while. But before we get to that, we've got, as I said last week, next week is going to be Nightmare Before Christmas, then Journey to the Center of the Earth. I may have to purchase that movie. I'm not sure. And then we're gonna do Forbidden Planet, a nice classic for us. We're gonna stick with the classics in November because I think I'm enjoying that. And then of course the Miracle on 34th Street will be during the Thanksgiving weekend. Let's see. Then Thanksgiving will be that Thursday, and then that Saturday we can watch that movie. All right, so let me see if I can get out of here. I've got all sorts of things. Let's see. Christopher Christopher Vermont says Christopher Lee was so good in one of his films. He didn't say um, he didn't say a line, mostly because he thought the dialogue was terrible. I've heard that he does that. He doesn't say things like he's very, very hands-on when it comes to his characters. I remember talking about The Last Unicorn and how involved he was with that uh, the depiction of the character he played, and was very, very outspoken about certain words that or certain things he said that his character needed to say in the story. And I do love that on hands character development that actors sometimes do, and really put their foot down and say, look, my character doesn't do that. They like understand who the character is. I love that. And William Blake Hall says, I have a soft spot for vampires in The Fearless Vampire Killers. Oh yes, me too. I do love that movie. A very good movie uh, that I have loved for many, many years. Uh, Gary Carpenter says, Jack, he quit being Dracula after the seventh movie. Yeah, it's time. And after a while too, playing the same character, especially if you're playing a vampire that's supposed to live forever, and you're continuously getting older, may not be like the smartest thing, because they are supposed to look, to have a certain look about them. So yeah, I can understand why you would not want to play that forever. And William Blake Hall says, retro, that letter of mine was named Shawshank Station Zebra. Yes, okay. Yes, thank you. I completely flubbed and read the wrong email, but even though it was compelling still. Gary Carpenter says the Blade movies were pretty good, and I'm not a Marvel person. Um, yeah, oh, I love the Blade movies. At least the first one was excellent, in my opinion. I thought it was really good as an action movie, and separate from all the MCU stuff and the like. I don't for some reason, when I look at those movies, I don't look at them as MCU movies, because when you start thinking about all the little connected things, it starts to fall apart. I just look at everything singularly, and that's what I've been doing with the Loki show, and it's so much more enjoyable then when you start thinking about, okay, well, how does this play in the new movie and the new thing and it's like, ooh, it's like stepping in a pile of poop. So just I don't. And William Blake Hall says Forbidden Planet. All right, the first Star Trek movie before there was even a Star Trek. Absolutely, absolutely. And Brogan says, we love retro, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, no matter the holiday. We will be there. Thank you very much. That is really sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure which holiday it is, but I suppose um, I'll be here. And William Blake Hall says, I'm going to be like 28. Anyone wants to be 29? Wow, we're getting those likes, huh? Thank you so much. And Gary Carpenter says, how about 30? Ash, number 30. Nice. Thank you. And Jack says, Forbidden Planet. Oh, and good night. Yes. Yeah, that's just a great movie. And I can't wait to watch it with you guys. All right. So, well, let's see if I can pull that up. Without further ado, I bid you adieu, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Retro Nerd Girl, you are clear for takeoff.